Welcome to a new episode of The Low Voice. Today, I want to take you on a fascinating journey, blending science, spirituality, and our connection to a vital element, water. Have you ever wondered if water can feel our emotions, if it can respond to our words, our thoughts? It's an intriguing, almost poetic idea that captivated Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto. Today, we'll dive into his discoveries and what they can teach us about ourselves. Masaru Emoto was a curious man. He dedicated his life to studying water and proving that this seemingly simple liquid is far more than just a necessity for life. One of his most well-known experiments involved exposing water to different word sounds or emotions. Then he froze the water to observe the crystals that formed. The result? When water was exposed to kind words like love or thank you, it created crystals of incredible beauty, almost perfect, like snowflakes. But when it was exposed to negative words like hate or even aggressive music, the crystals became chaotic and shapeless. These images captured the world's attention, telling a story that our intentions and words hold far more power than we imagine. This made me reflect on spiritual and religious practices. For example, in Islam, Muslims often say the word Bismillah, meaning in the name of God, before drinking or eating. Could this practice be seen as a way to positively influence water or food? If words can transform the structure of water, then it seems logical to think they might also affect the water contained in our food. After all, every fruit, vegetable, and grain contains water. So, why wouldn't this logic extend to what we eat? Perhaps speaking kind words over the meals we prepare or consume is an unconscious way of nourishing both our bodies and our souls. But it's not just what we say, what we hear also plays a role. Certain sound frequencies and music directly affect living beings, including plants. For instance, I've tested specific music and frequencies in my garden to stimulate plant growth, and the results have been remarkable. The plants grew faster, bloomed more vibrantly. Even the sound of birdsong, with its natural vibrations, seems to have a calming and stimulating effect on the plants. This shows us how sound, whether natural or artificial, can influence the world around us. And it doesn't stop with plants. In Switzerland, some farmers play classical music for their cows. They say it calms the animals, makes them happier, and results in tastier milk. It might sound anecdotal, but it's another example of how sounds and vibrations impact living beings, whether they're humans, plants, or animals. This fascinates me. If simple melodies can improve cows' lives and milk quality, imagine what harmonious sounds or kind words can do for us. This brings us to an interesting reflection. If our bodies are 60–70% water, what happens inside us when we're exposed to negative words or emotions? And conversely, how might positive words harmonize us? In many traditions, water is considered sacred. It's used to purify, to soothe. Perhaps this invisible connection has always been there, even if science is still catching up to prove it. Of course, Masaru Emoto's work doesn't go without criticism. Some scientists dismiss it as pseudoscience, arguing it lacks rigor. But regardless of where you stand on the debate, these discoveries raise an important question. If our words and the sounds around us truly have an impact, shouldn't we be more mindful of what we say, think, and even listen to? This is where we realize the importance of our words, not only for what they create, but also for our own well-being and that of others. In French, there's a wise saying, "Turn your tongue 7 times in your mouth before speaking." It reminds us that words are not insignificant. They carry energy and weight. So why not make them a force for good? For me, this idea is inspiring. It reminds me of how everything is connected, even in the simplest things. I felt inexplicable peace while drinking water, or listening to a river flow gently. Perhaps, unknowingly, I was communicating with it in some way. And you? What is your relationship with water? Are there moments when it has seemed alive, almost magical? So why not try a little experiment? Speak to the water you drink, say thank you. Fill it with positive thoughts and see if it changes anything for you. Extend this reflection to your meals. Take a moment to bless or thank what you consume. Perhaps this simple ancient practice has deeper repercussions than we imagine. And take a moment to listen to your surroundings. Soothing sounds, harmonious music. Maybe by influencing your environment, you'll also influence your well-being. And remember, as Masaru Emoto said, water reflects our soul. Perhaps by understanding it, we come to discover a part of ourselves. Thank you for listening to this episode. Take care, and see you soon for another dive into the depths of the low voice.